Out in the middle of the ocean, hundreds of miles from land, there are ships so massive they almost look like floating islands. These are U.S. Navy aircraft carriers, the largest and most powerful warships ever built. A single carrier can stretch more than 1,000 feet long and carry thousands of sailors, pilots, engineers, and support crews. But what many people don't realize is that these ships are not just weapons of war. They are also floating cities. Inside the steel walls of an aircraft carrier, nearly 5,000 people live together for months at a time. They eat, sleep, work, and train without ever stepping on land. Life aboard one of these ships is nothing like life at home. Space is extremely limited, schedules never stop, and privacy is almost non-existent. Yet every day, thousands of sailors adapt to this environment and keep the ship running around the clock. So what is it really like to live on one of the most advanced warships on Earth? Today, we're taking a closer look at the daily life of sailors aboard a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier. Finding a place to sleep on a ship carrying thousands of people is not easy. Instead of traditional beds, sailors sleep in narrow bunks called racks. These racks are stacked vertically, usually 3 levels high, forming tight rows that fill entire compartments inside the ship. Each rack is only slightly wider than a person's shoulders and just long enough to stretch out. The mattress is thin and the space above the sleeper is limited. When lying down, a sailor can almost touch the bunk above them. These sleeping areas, known as berthing compartments, can house dozens of sailors in a single room at any given time. Some people are sleeping while others are preparing for duty. Lights switch on and off constantly as different shifts begin and end. Because aircraft carriers operate 24 hours a day, quiet time rarely exists. Sailors quickly learn how to sleep through noise, vibrations, and the sound of heavy machinery echoing through the ship. Even with these challenges, sailors often personalize their small space. Photos of family members, small decorations, or a favorite book can make the tiny rack feel a little more like home during long deployments. Just a few decks above the sleeping areas lies one of the most intense workplaces in the world, the flight deck. This massive platform is where fighter jets take off and land throughout the day and night. When an aircraft launches from a carrier, it accelerates from 0 to nearly 170 miles per hour in just seconds using a powerful catapult system. When it returns, the jet slams onto the deck and is caught by heavy arresting cables. Each landing sends a powerful vibration through the entire ship. For sailors working or sleeping below, the noise can be overwhelming. The roar of jet engines, the crash of landing gear, and the constant movement of equipment create a non-stop background soundtrack. Over time, however, sailors grow accustomed to it. What seems deafening to visitors becomes just another part of everyday life. Maintaining personal hygiene on a ship with thousands of people requires strict routines. Bathrooms on Navy ships are called heads, and they are shared by large groups of sailors. Each head contains several sinks, toilets, and shower stalls. During busy times, sailors may need to wait in line just to use the facilities. Fresh water aboard a ship is carefully managed. Although aircraft carriers can convert seawater into fresh water, conservation is still essential. For that reason, showers are expected to be quick and efficient. Many sailors follow a routine where they briefly wet themselves, turn off the water while applying soap, and then rinse quickly. This method helps reduce water usage while still allowing everyone to stay clean. While the process may feel rushed compared to home, it becomes second nature after a few weeks at sea. One of the biggest challenges aboard a carrier is feeding the entire crew. Every day, Navy cooks prepare thousands of meals for the ship's population. The kitchens, known as galleys, operate almost continuously. Large industrial ovens, grills, and cooking stations produce massive quantities of food. Giant pots and containers are used to prepare soups, pasta, rice, and other meals in bulk. Because sailors work different shifts, the dining areas serve food at multiple times throughout the day and night. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are scheduled like a normal cafeteria, but there is also a late-night meal known as mid-rats for sailors working overnight shifts. For many crew members, the mess deck becomes a central gathering place where people relax, talk with friends, and take a short break from their duties. Special occasions such as holidays are especially meaningful. During these times, the crew may enjoy traditional meals like turkey, ham, and desserts that remind them of home. Unlike most workplaces, an aircraft carrier never shuts down. Even when aircraft are not flying, hundreds of tasks must continue around the clock. Engineers monitor the ship's power systems. Mechanics repair aircraft and equipment. Technicians operate radar and communication systems. Cleaning crews maintain living spaces, and supply teams manage food, fuel, and spare parts. Sailors work rotating shifts that can change frequently. A person may stand watch for several hours, perform maintenance tasks, attend training sessions, and still find time to rest before the next duty period begins. This demanding schedule requires discipline and teamwork. Every sailor plays a role in keeping the ship operational. Despite the intense work environment, sailors still find ways to relax. Most aircraft carriers include gyms, lounges, and recreation areas where crew members can exercise or watch movies. Email and limited internet access allow sailors to stay in touch with family back home. Some sailors spend their free time studying, reading, or learning new skills while at sea. These small moments of normal life help balance the demanding pace of carrier operations. Deployments can last several months, and during that time the ship may travel across multiple oceans. Sailors may go weeks without seeing land. Living in such an isolated environment can be challenging, but it also creates strong bonds between crew members. People who share long deployments often form friendships that last for years. Working together in difficult conditions builds a deep sense of trust and teamwork. Part 8 end. When people see an aircraft carrier launching jets or sailing into a harbor, they often focus on the impressive technology, but the true strength of the ship comes from the thousands of sailors who operate it. Every launch, every landing, and every mission depends on the dedication of the crew working behind the scenes. These sailors manage complex systems, maintain aircraft, prepare meals, and perform countless other tasks that keep the ship functioning. Without them, even the most advanced warship would simply be an empty shell. Life aboard a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier is challenging in ways many civilians rarely experience. Tight sleeping spaces, constant noise, demanding schedules, and months away from home are all part of the reality. Yet thousands of sailors volunteer for this life and carry out their duties with professionalism and determination. Their work ensures that these massive ships remain ready to operate anywhere in the world's oceans. The next time you see an aircraft carrier cutting through the sea or launching aircraft into the sky, remember the people inside the steel hull. Behind the powerful machines and advanced technology is a community of sailors living, working, and supporting each other far from land. And it is their dedication that keeps these floating cities moving forward across the ocean.